Hello and welcome to a Reaper. Hello and welcome to a Reaper project breakdown of "Stay True to You," featuring Olivia Lundberg, my fiance. It's a song I wrote for her and with her because she's much better at lyrics than I am. And I just uploaded the music video for it today on YouTube on my main channel, so I wanted to throw something on my second channel as well. And this is that. So, let's jump right in. Here it is. It's only 32 tracks, which is not a lot for me. But I thought it might be interesting to kind of go through the production elements of it. Check it out. First, let's look at the demo, because I find it kind of interesting. I originally wrote this back in February of this year. And here's what it sounds like. I think I recorded this entirely on this mic, guitar and vocals at the same time. As you can tell, this first verse is pretty much unchanged from the final version. The guitar part isn't quite as rhythmic as it ended up being. Also, the lyrics are much more repetitive. As I said, I'm not much of a lyrics guy, and so Olivia really brought the lyrics up to another level with a number of subtle changes that I really like. So anyway, that's the demo. Let's jump into the final track. So, right off the bat, first difference is this 6-string was recorded in stereo with a couple of a pair of condenser mics, just kind of set like a couple feet apart, pointed at the guitar. I kind of want to talk about that guitar part because I find it kind of fun. So it was recorded on this guitar. Actually, I should probably switch to this. I don't know how you're gonna be able to hear this, but I discovered this when I first started playing guitar a number of years ago. That if you take the E chord shape and you move that around, like there's your 5 chord, 4, and then 3, 2, 1. Actually, the first thing I really started doing was like I've got like flat 2, major 7 sound, but you can also go up with it to like minor 6, major 7, 1, which is basically what the B section does. But yeah, this track starts with the minor 5 rather than the major 5. And then to that. So yeah, that's what the guitar part is all about. Anytime a guitar is playing chords on this track, it's doing some variation on that. Nope, not that. Whoops. This is what I'm meant to do. There we go. So that's the 6-string. And then that's like the intro. And then my vocals come in. I love you. You know, compressor, stabilizer, EQ, fresh air. This is a little bit interesting. The fresh air is like a vocal, like high-end plugin, and as you can see, it gets brighter as it goes on. So if you listen to the beginning versus the end,
I love you, 'cause I love you.
a lot brighter. So yeah, and then I also have a crafter on there. Anytime I have a plugin that like clips in Reaper, I throw a crafter on it because I love how crafter sounds when it clips, and it also keeps it from clipping in Reaper. What the heck? Yeah, so that's the A section, and then A2, two more things come in, namely bass. No, sorry, three more things come in. Bass is using the Corey Wong plugin. I love this plugin. We also get 12 string, two 12 strings, both recorded in stereo, panned 80% left and right. They're very quiet though when they first come in, because I wanted them to like slowly enter in, but I wanted the reverb to stay the same strength. So what I did was I split the signal into verb and parent. So the parent automates from -12 to 0, so that by the end it's like really in there. But the verb stays the same. And so it's kind of like the effect of if two 12-string players were standing in the room, but like on the other side of the room, and then over the course of their playing, they just like slowly got closer and closer. It's like the reverb didn't really change volume, but the direct signal coming straight at your ears does get louder. Yeah, and then there's also strings, MIDI strings that come in that sound like this. And that's Spitfire intimate strings, long half section. And you can see there's some automation going on, the dynamics and expression to give it a more realistic feel. Some swells. I love that moment. And this. So fun. Anyway. So yeah, that's the A2, and then also all those instruments continue into the B section. But then in B2 we add two more things, namely drums, which are actually MIDI drums. They may not sound like it because they're kind of buried in the mix, and it's addictive drums, so they sound really good, really realistic. A little bit of Beat Slammer on there. But yeah, I played this on this thing, which is a LPD8, to kind of give it a more human feel, both timing wise and dynamically. So that's the drums, and then also Olivia comes in on that B2, firstly with a little bit of reverse reverb, so her note doesn't like pop out of nowhere. You kind of get a little bit of lead into it. And she pretty much has the same vocal chain as me, but I think a couple of small differences. Lord knows I still give thanks every time So yep, that's Olivia. And then A3, this is when we get the electric guitars, so it's that same like minor 5 to 4, just on an electric guitar with a different rhythm. And this is once again the Corey Wong plugin, using the stereo. A little bit of Crafter, a little bit of Nova to take out the high end after it's done. And then also playing the lead, because with my voice, I'm singing different notes other than the standard melody, A melody. So I decided to play the standard A melody with the electric lead. Another Corey Wong. Oh, looks like I'm also doing stereo here, but with 2 different mics. Maybe. No, this one isn't even on. I guess I'm just doing the one side then. Stereo effects must be coming from the reverb, I guess. Also, listen how dinky this sounds without the effects. That's so funny. That's just played on oops, you can't see it, on this guitar right here. And Ibanez Geo, I guess it's called. I built this little stand. It's just like a block of 2x4 on a mic stand with like a hole cut in the 2x4, and then this, I think it's a belt, like an old belt that I like screwed into the block and then cut holes for the whatever those things are called, strap locks, I guess. Strap knobs or something. But I don't know if you guys have seen those like Corey Wong, I guess they're the Fearless Flyers videos where they all have those things except like bought ones, not homemade ones made out of 2x4 and old belt. Anyway, that's what that was recorded on. Oh yeah, there's the 12 string and there's the bass that I played. Yeah, so as you can see, the 6 string is a different recording here because originally the track ended here, but then Olivia's like, it ends too abruptly. I think we need more. So we repeated this section lyrically and harmonically identical, but just stripped down to just the 6 string and vocals. And she came back in with harmonies there. Well, I guess it's technically in unison until the very end, but yeah, that's I think all the production elements except for the mastering. I guess we can look at the mastering if you're so curious about my unprofessional mastering skills. Probably very disappointed. I just got Ozone 10 with these settings, and then a crafter. That's it. Nothing much. Just enough to make it sound good to my ears, anyway. As you can see, the project files are still called A Love Song for Olivia because I didn't have a title for it when I recorded the demo. But, yeah, so now the song is streaming on Spotify and Apple Music, and I uploaded the music video today. I'll probably put a card for that right here. I also put it on Bandcamp if you want to like actually support me and buy the song, buy a digital copy. That would be much more supportive than listening to it on a streaming service, because we all know that they don't really pay at all. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Soli Deo Gloria.